Hello, hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to the intuitive card reading for the week of February, 16th through 22nd. You guys know what to do. Please like this video. Please share this video with anybody that needs to hear the energies and the influences of the week. What else? Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Comments down below. Same 3 decks that I've been using, the newest one being the messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle. I've got that going first. It's in an order that I feel intuitively aligned with. And I think that's it. Did I say comments down below? Comments down below, just be kind. And I think that's all I have to say. Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, let's see what this week has in store for us. That's it. All right, we have need, apple tree, abundance. Ooh, okay. What a nice card to get first thing out. Yeah, all right, so we need abundance. All right, so this doesn't necessarily mean that we have it, but we need to be seeking it. So, because it's under need. So basically it's saying like we need to kind of seek out, well, first of all, it could be saying like a more abundant mindset. So we can be feeling, I don't know about you guys, but since Saturn moved into Aries over the weekend, I'm recording this over the weekend, so it's not Monday quite yet where this will be premiered, but I'm already starting to feel like a little lighter, okay? So Saturn getting out of Pisces, of my second house, you know, throwing astrology in there, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm feeling lighter, so I'm wondering if you guys are feeling lighter too, but it almost feels like abundance is, you know, even though I might not be abundant right now, or feeling the abundance right now, I should say, I feel a little lighter, so it feels like it's almost possible for me, that it's coming, right? And so I think this is what it's saying as well. It's basically saying like, we need to seek out more abundant opportunities. We need to have more of a mindset of abundance, or it's naturally occurring. I would say it's more naturally occurring because the card is an apple tree, right? And so it's basically saying like, you know, it's growing, you know, it's organically like these apples are organically growing. So the abundance is you know, the fruit it's fruitful, right? When people say it's fruitful, I mean, it's abundant, right? So, yeah, I love this. So just getting into a place of abundance, feeling more abundance, mindset of abundance, that kind of thing. Action needed. We have God in reverse. We have in the shadow, despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. Oh, this isn't great, but it is under action needed. So this is a decent placement for it. Okay, so basically it's about controlling people, and then action needed is basically saying stop controlling people, okay? Or stop giving your time and your energy to somebody that's trying to control you. We've been getting a lot of messages in the last couple of readings about bullying, controlling people. Could be us, could be other people, but there's kind of like this energy where it's not working for us anymore kind of situation. So definitely cut it out. There's actually not too much more I can say here. Spirit is saying cut it out. Like, you cannot play God in other people's lives. You cannot control other people's lives, and other people can't control you. So you need to either break out of that, out of under their control, and, you know, do what's best for you, or you can kind of snap out of it and stop trying to control other people. So yeah, I have nothing else to say there, honestly. All right, issue, we have round and round. Okay, so this is cyclical energy. You guys have seen this one before. So this is basically sometimes saying a pattern. This one is usually in a more positive way, and I'm definitely getting that. However, it is under issue. It's in the issue slot here. So we could be having issues with recognizing a pattern. We might not understand that we're actually in a pattern. So we might have issues like recognizing that, or we might have issues breaking the pattern, for example. Or we have issues with sticking to a pattern, possibly, as well. This could mean that sticking to a routine, sticking to something that would be a positive influence in our life. Like, maybe we're trying to get up early and we're having trouble doing that. Like, it could be something as simple as that, because it doesn't feel major, I will say. It could be more of like the, you know, minor things as I describe it. But yeah, we're having, you know, trouble just, we're setting our mind to doing something. We're just having trouble making it a habit, right? Because round and round usually does kind of signify, like I said, routines, schedules, habits. Maybe you can't stick to a schedule this week. Maybe you have like a custody schedule with maybe like your ex-spouse and you're having trouble adhering to it. I don't know. There's something kind of going on this week where we're just, we're a little bit, I'm definitely getting like a disorganized or an unorganized feeling going on here. That could be part of it. But as I said in the very beginning, could also be we're not realizing that we have repeated patterns or routines that maybe, even though I said like it is a little bit more positive, but maybe some of us out there, it could be like maybe repeated patterns that don't necessarily serve us anymore. But I do feel like it's more of the latter, but this is a reading for the collective, so getting a little, I'm staying a little general, basically. All right, what do we have challenges with? Initiation, cave. Okay. Oh, this is such a beautiful, I love this new deck. It's the artwork is really stellar. Okay, so initiation. So initiation means being welcomed into something. Initiation means you're officially into something. Maybe you officially sign documents to be in something, or you do a ritual sometimes, right? You're entering something, right? And so we're having challenges with all of that. Entering something, maybe going back to what I said earlier, welcoming. Maybe it's challenging to welcome somebody into your family. Maybe it's been challenging to bring aboard that new employee at work. Maybe it's challenging accepting your daughter-in-law into your family, okay? So there could be like a bunch of things kind of going on here, work, personal. There's some kind of like, something kind of sticks out like, oh, excuse me. Something sticks out like a sore thumb in your world right now, this week. Like it's just, something is just not fitting. Like there's something that is, you're trying to bring something in, but again, it's clashing. This could be something like, if we're, okay, so I'm talking in the way of like it coming into your life. Maybe you feel like you don't fit in somewhere, right? It's a challenge. Maybe you started the new job and you're the odd one out at work. Maybe you just feel like you don't fit in somewhere, okay? So it could be talking about you directly, or again, it could be the energy that's like affecting your environment. Again, whether that's professional or personal. So there's definitely something here. So there's some kind of not belonging that is here, and it is challenging to say the least. So that's a tough one. So if it's you and you're feeling like, the odd one out in some kind of situation, sending love to you, that's not a good feeling. Yeah, it's just not a good feeling. There's not too much more I can say here, but I do feel like, even though it's challenging, I know how strong you guys are, and you can definitely get through it, and you've got this for sure. Change, martyr. Okay, so we have learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Okay, so martyr in the light. So yeah, we're doing things for other people. We have quite a few archetypes that really put us into being of service. We love that because that usually indicates going like a step deeper, that we're able to kind of do that, especially if it's in the light, saying like we actually have extra time, extra money, extra resources to do things for other people, be of service of some kind. That's changing. So if you felt like you haven't been of service, which, hello, me, that's definitely resonates with me. Gosh, I hope this resonates in the way that I think that it applies to my life, is that, doing something more that you feel useful. Doing more this week where you feel more useful to somebody or something, or a bigger purpose of some kind. And that's really great. Yeah, not too much more I can say there. All right, what do we need to focus on? We have time for nap. Okay, another straightforward one. Time to take a nap. Time to take a break. Focus, make that your priority. So yeah, whether it's quite literally take a nap or take a break with something. Maybe you need to take a day off of work this week or something. Go for it. Yeah, not more I can say there. Reflect. The desert, thirst. Ooh, okay. So what are you thirsty for? What do you desire is maybe like another good way to say that. Oh, I love the red rocks. I think I've told you guys that before. I love the red rocks. I'm going to try to get out to the desert for my birthday in June. I haven't traveled in a really long time for obvious reasons. If anybody lives there, let me know in the comments so I can be envious of you. I love where I live, but there's no red rocks here. But it just does something to my soul. So anyway, I'm getting distracted, but reflect on what you are thirsty for, I could also say what you're hungry for, what you desire. So reflecting on the things that you want, and making that very clear to the universe. Again, another really good sign, because we're at a place where we can look forward in life. Thinking about the future, and that's always like a positive thing. It makes me feel like we're kind of moving out of survival mode, and we're kind of able to move forward in life in some way, shape, or form. Responsibilities. We have Virgin, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. This is always a difficult archetype, but okay, so responsibilities. Maintaining symbolic purity of heart. Okay, so this is responsibility to be honest, I would say. Let me talk this one through, because it's an interesting one. I think Virgin is worse than prostitute, honestly. Prostitute makes a lot of sense to me. Virgin, it's hard to kind of like apply the energies to, in this case, responsibility. So, okay, so basically this is saying that all right, so we'll go to what the actual archetype is trying to say. That's not on the card. So the Virgin usually means, like, when people use it like in everyday conversation, they would say something like, I'm a virgin, to not just virginity, but like in if I've never driven a car, I would say like I'm a virgin, right? And so like that definition is basically saying like that archetype is saying like I'm a beginner, I'm a first timer, like I'm very innocent to car accidents and the way the car moves, and how dangerous they can be, how they could ruin lives, how that kind of thing, and how how much you have to pay attention when you're driving, like all of those different things. So basically it's saying it being under responsibilities is saying if you're starting something new, like that's a great I don't want to say childlike. I want to say like a wonder, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like there's like an innocence, there's a purity, like you don't know of all of the terrible things that could go wrong by, or maybe I should say all the responsibilities that you have when you actually drive, right? It is a responsibility. It's a big responsibility to drive, right? So, because you can kill somebody, you can hurt somebody, all of those things. So basically what it's trying to say is saying, it's not being under responsibilities. It's saying take your responsibilities seriously, especially if you're like a beginner with somebody, with something. Especially if you're starting something new this week. This is basically just saying like, understand your responsibilities, take them seriously. It's nice that you can see things through, like it's nice that you get like excited about it, but like understand the responsibilities that kind of come with it as well. Like understand like what's happening here. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but if it does, if you're thinking like, I don't know if the car thing is, I don't know, maybe some of you guys out there have never driven a car. I know people that are adults that haven't driven cars just because they live in New York City, but it's, we don't have to drive here. But if you're starting something new, it's kind of important to kind of see all the it's great to be excited about it, but also like see all the responsibilities that kind of come with it. And it's under responsibilities. So basically it's saying like, kind of like double down on that. I hope that makes sense. So whatever you're starting new, and I have a feeling it is, because this card, like I said, also kind of alludes to that, then yeah, please, weigh both sides of it. Really understand what you're getting yourself into is maybe another way to say this. Whew, that was a tough one. All right, money, finances, and career. We have soulmates. Okay, so soulmates is really about like easy relationships that align, Not a bad card actually to get for money, finances, and career. So this is something about aligned relationships. So maybe at work, maybe you are a new person at work, what I talked about up there with initiation example. And yes, you feel like you don't fit in, but there might be someone that is, that might feel like soulmate energy. Maybe as a group you don't fit in, but there might be somebody that, feels more aligned to you. So definitely gravitate towards them. But there's something here where, like, this could even mean like somebody in your life that you're very close to, or that you would consider a soulmate, whether that's like a best friend, whether that's a co-worker, work wife or work husband or whatever you guys say, what people say, or spouse, or significant other can help you with money, finances, and career in some way, shape, or form. So maybe your husband or your wife is helping you get a job. Maybe your best friend is hooking you up with an opportunity for you to make more money. So look at your soulmate relationships and look for aligned relationships in the workplace, and anything to do with like a money opportunity. So again, if your best friend comes to you and she says, hey, I might have this opportunity for you, definitely hear him or her out, because this is basically saying like, watch out for that. So yeah, I see it in like a positive way. It's not like your friend is trying to, rope you into like a pyramid scheme or something, but always use your own discernment and intuition. You know how I feel about that. But I definitely feel it more on the positive end is what I'm trying to say here. All right, surprise. We have dandelion healing. Ooh, I love this. Ooh, I especially love this. Under surprise. A surprise healing. So, this could mean so many different things. Like maybe you feel like you're not quite there yet on your healing journey, whatever it actually is. Maybe you're, healing from the flu. Oh my God, I know so many people that have had the flu for like weeks upon weeks, and you're expecting it to be weeks because of that. But all of a sudden this week you feel so much better, out of nowhere, right? Because it's under surprise, so it's kind of like, ooh, out of nowhere kind of situation. So I love this. I would like to have a complete healing, but this could mean like a certain level of healing for me, or for you guys. I'm just trying to understand how it would apply to me. But like if you are on also like a chronic healing journey, illness, I don't know if you have POTS or something, maybe this week you might just feel better in general. Like it's like a surprise, like all of a sudden you like are spontaneously able to get up without like feeling dizzy or something. I'm sorry, I don't have POTS. I don't know exactly what, I only know about it because I'm in the chronic illness world these days. So I hear about it all the time and it does not sound pleasant. But maybe you feel better than you have in years this week because of this card here. So who knows? And if that is true, put it down below. We all need hope core, okay? We all want to hear like really great stories like that. All right, friends, we have vampire. Ooh. Oh, but it's in the light. Okay, make sure that someone or something is draining your life force. Okay, so definitely it just feels like, if it was in the shadow, I would be a little scared, but it's in the light. So basically it's saying we're aware of who drains our energy and we're putting proper boundaries down. That's really what that means under friends. So not too much more to say here. Maybe you are finally putting boundaries down. Maybe that's why it came up. Or maybe this makes you feel validated because you recently put a pretty strong boundary on a friend or someone in your community. This could be, or family, by the way. This could also be family. So this is just saying good job and you did the right thing. Love hearing that. Romantic connection, we have go the distance. Okay, so this is about going for the long haul. So my single people, this could obviously mean that you can meet somebody that will be in your life for a while. That might turn into some kind of long-term relationship. This could mean that you're going further. If you're in a relationship already, this could mean like maybe your relationship is going further. We're taking it maybe to the next level. You might be celebrating like an important milestone in your relationship. You may decide, possibly with your significant other or the person that you've been dating, that you do want to go the distance with each other and get into a relationship. So it can mean a few different things, but it's not about giving up. It's about, it's about, it's the opposite. It's about going the distance and committing to that distance, essentially. What's important? So many things are important. Oh God, the artwork on this card. It does something for my soul. Okay, renewal. Ooh, I love this. Okay, so this is basically saying that you feel renewed. So it's important that you acknowledge that. It's important that you lean into that. It's important that you become aware of that, that you feel like you might feel like a new person, or you might feel like a starting of something new. Yeah, I think you guys all know the feeling. So I think it's important to stop and smell the flowers. Obviously, there's some flowers on this card, and understand that, like, you feel it's almost similar but not quite to the regeneration type energy, but it's saying that you're being renewed. And it's important to focus on that. Like, do something that, like, I'm feeling particularly like an action could be associated with this. Like, if you feel like you're like a brand new person, like, buy yourself like start buying yourself a brand new wardrobe, right? If you feel like you're entering like into like this new chapter of your life, do something for it, like celebrate that like a little bit, acknowledge it, like that kind of thing. Also, it could be trivial things. The thing that's coming to my mind here is saying, like, it's important to renew something. So renew a subscription to something, renew a library book, renew a life insurance policy, like something's going on here. So that might be the more trivial task here that's associated with this. Yeah. Here's Spirit, trying to remind us to renew our car insurance or something, which is funny. Okay, health and wellness. We have healer. Damn, I love this. I love this. 2 healers. Okay, healing and healer. Okay, because this is more the archetype, but really same thing. In the light, so it says passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. Yeah, so we love this under the health and wellness. So any kind of health and wellness journey that you've been going on, spiritual, physical, mental, you really feel like a level of healing this week. And I love that. So this surprise, spontaneous healing, I'm glad I used the examples of something related to health, because it really does feel like that. So Spirit is doubling down here. So I love this. I love this for you guys. I obviously love this for me. No wonder we got that abundance card, because it feels like after this week, we're going to be really feeling a lot more like less in lack, more in abundance. And we love that, because we have gotten like manifestation and abundance cards like here and there, maybe last year or so, but nothing in this point where it feels like, definitely never in that first section there. And usually that's like the really strong energy of the week. So we haven't gotten that, and I can't even remember. So I see that as all like a really good sign. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. And then we have overall outcome, the why. I think we actually got this recently in the last one, which the why is always about curiosity, asking questions. It could be awareness as well. Going deeper with ourselves, going deeper with other people. So basically it's just saying stay curious this week. Be curious this week. Ask yourself the hard questions. Ask yourself the tough questions. Learn about other people. Seek answers to things. So this could possibly also mean like you finally get answers to something that you've been looking for a long time. Sorry I keep bringing up chronic illness, but it's like been my whole life, but a lot of this applies. Is like maybe you've been looking for answers for something is wrong, maybe you've been fainting every few months or something like that, and you've been going to the doctor over and over, getting all these tests, and the the tests keep coming back, quote unquote, normal, and nothing, you're perfectly healthy. I've been told that like a million zillion times. It's super annoying, but something is wrong. You don't just faint for for no reason. So maybe you're finally figuring that out. So you might be getting answers to long questions, like long-awaited questions that you've been asking. This could even be like, if you want to apply it to your personal relationships, maybe this is, maybe you've been asking yourself if a person is the one for you, or if you want to go the distance with a relationship, and you've gotten your answer this week, right? I'm assuming it's go the distance, staying with them or whatever. Could be the opposite though too, but yeah, there's definitely answers to long-awaited questions, I would say, this week for sure. So it ends with that. So I love that. I really don't see anything that is out of the ordinary this week. Well, maybe I should say red flag territory. Like even up here, I got like more positive, in the issue and the challenges, I got more positive things. Just we're having an issue sticking with a routine or a schedule, or, a pattern of some kind is maybe messing us up. And then we have the initiation where maybe we might feel like an outcast of some kind. But like I said, if it's work related, I don't think it's too bad, but might be more family related or something like that, or organization or community thing that we're a part of. But I like the soulmate, like this saves it. I feel like the soulmates in the money, finances, and career, because it's saying like somebody at work likes you, could be, could be something like that. But I like, it's not that bad. Like, I don't feel like you're going to be like exiled or something, or ridiculed or something like that. It's just going to feel like you don't fit in somewhere, and that's not terrible. Like, it doesn't feel huge, doesn't feel like a huge burden on you. I like generally everything else feels really good. This is a really good week, I would say. Especially if we learn to let go of control, or get rid of the people that are trying to control us. So that's the other one that was kind of like, be careful. But it feels like we're getting rid of it because it's under action needed. So, all right, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. You guys can listen to this reading over if you need to. Yeah, I like this week, guys. Enjoy it, and see you next time. Bye.